we lose track, but I think we're up to past 2,000 miles, over 30 stops that we've made. I believe this is our 15th county that we've hit, and I can tell you that the energy that we've seen is just like we're seeing today. And I want to say thank you for coming out at the beginning of Labor Day weekend to ensure that we can have victory come November. And I'm proud right now to introduce, I know Deb touched on them and I appreciate that, but I want to introduce some candidates that we are extremely proud of. Have worked so hard. They're at every parade. They're at every function. They're making sure that we're not taking this for granted. In the year of the woman, we're going to see the success right here. So I want to have our Board of Appeal candidates introduce themselves. Thank you so much for being here. Come on up here in front.
That's so cool right there.
Hi everyone, it's great to be in Valencia County. Other than Bernalillo County where I live and sleep every night, I have been here more than any other county. I love it here. I'm Judge Diana Simona. I'm your Court of Appeals candidate, position 3, and I'll be better at the girls.
Good morning, my name is Jacqueline Medina. I'm your candidate from the north. I was born and raised in Taos, New Mexico, live in Albuquerque now. Love coming here, love the chili. I'll be back as well. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting the Democratic Party.
Good morning, everyone. This is so exciting to start today off with this big crowd. My name is Christina Bogardas. I'm a candidate for the Court of Appeals Position 1. I am so thrilled to be here, but I have to be honest, I'm also looking forward to my first trip to Pie Town later today. I'm having so much fun on this tour. So great to meet all of you, and certainly I'll be back before the election as well. Thank you so much.
He's going to energize you, and he's going to give the message that we've been hearing all across the state, is that New Mexicans are hungry for change. We've traveled all of those miles like I told you, and he's followed right there with us, been there to engage the crowd, and it's beautiful because he's a tiger. He's a Las Lunas tiger. But not only with that, he has a work ethic that's second to none. He has the ability to connect with people and really care about people. And he has an understanding that brings the experience from the legal side and the financial side, qualities that are so important for our next state auditor. We want to make sure that we can have that office that's working for the people of the state of New Mexico, not used as an office to go and prosecute, unfortunately, the way that that office is being abused right now. We want to make sure that we have an individual, your hometown individual, who's going to be representing us in the state of New Mexico. It's my honor and my privilege to announce to you the next state auditor of the state of New Mexico, Las Lunas' very own, Brian
so great to be with Howie on this trail, and after that introduction I should just say thank you, good night. That was phenomenal. Thank you, Howie. This man has really been leading the way for us around the state of New Mexico with Lujan, Grisham. It's an honor to be home, and look, my goal in life has been to serve. Many of you met me at the flea market 40 years ago. Many of you went to school with me at Daniel Fernandez. Now I have a little less weight and a little less hair. But we're working hard every day, and I have never seen, and maybe Senator Sanchez has seen it because he's been on the road fighting for democratic values even longer than me for a lifetime. But this Democratic ticket, Michelle Lujan Grisham and Howie Morales, they made a 9-day commitment, 24 hours a day for 9 days, to be in over 40 communities as small as Counselor, New Mexico, and as vibrant as Valencia County, to take counties. Instead of sitting at home dialing for dollars, they're out there talking to the people, and that's what's going to win the election. That's why this election is different. That's why this election is different. We're going to take the background that I have in law and finance, and we're going to make sure that New Mexicans get the government they deserve. We're going to fight waste, fraud, and abuse each and every day. And we're going to make sure that as Howie and Michelle lead our state, that we all enjoy job growth, we all enjoy leadership, and we all value democratic values that are going to lift up our state of New Mexico. Because that's the way Valencia County believes, and that's what we're taking all 33 counties. Look, I couldn't be more honored and humbled to be with great jurists that you're going to appoint to the court, you're going to elect to the Court of Appeals, and our Congresswoman who's leading the nation in the conversation about bringing diversity to the United States Congress. So I'm going to close with this. We have about 67 days left. We can't take this election for granted. I know that you've now heard the new poll that's out. Michelle, Lujan, Grisham, and Howie Morales, they're getting the job done. Folks, we're up by 8 points in the polls. We can't rest until the polls close on November 6th. Because the minute we get complacent, the minute we take things for granted, we're going to remember what happened a couple years ago. Because in 3 states, 77,000 voters gave us Donald Trump in the White House. We're not going to let that happen again. We're going to work each and every day for the next 9.5 weeks to make sure we elect Michelle I understand that local elections matter. Growing up in this community, going to Daniel Fernandez, Los Lunas Middle School, graduating from Los Lunas High School in 1988, I know it was our local leaders that made a difference in my life. Raymond Sanchez, Cody Perea, all the greats of the late 80s. I sound like I'm talking about the hits on the radio, no? But I know it's our local candidates that people are going to get out in droves for. So please, support our local races. Let's make history with Denise. Let's make sure our legislators in Santa Fe represent the values of our community. The values that allowed me and supported me to be the first in my family to go to college and break the cycle of poverty. Let's take those values to Santa Fe. Let's put Michelle, Lujan, Grisham, and Howie Morales in the roundhouse. Thank you.
Welcome home, Ryan. They love you. Welcome home. It's so exciting again. The energy, we can feel it, and it really motivates us as we make the journey after this down to Socorro. Then we go to Pytown, then we go to Grants, then we go to Gallup. That's what it's going to take to make sure we're successful here. And I can tell you, the time that I've worked in the legislature, I've been fortunate to work with individuals, at the time Senator Tim Eichenberg, to work currently with Senator Clemente Sanchez, and to have had the opportunity to learn from Senator Michael Sanchez, along with the legislature and the House of Representatives. I can't stress enough the importance that we can have your House of Representative candidates get elected, because we're not being represented in Valencia County the way that you should be. And we want to make sure, we just want to put that plug in for our representatives there. But how many of you are ready for a change in our education system?
You guys don't need a duck when you walk through. It's fine. Oh no, it's
We're hearing people are leaving the state, and we understand. And it breaks our heart because we love this state. But we have the opportunity to make a difference. We have the opportunity to truly make change right now. And we have the opportunity to elect a governor candidate who comes in with energy, who comes in with more experience than we could ever imagine for that office, who understands where we at. Ladies and gentlemen, let me get this going. MLG! 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 MLG!
Sorry.
MLG! 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 MLG!
straight from McDonald's.
As I was saying, we have the opportunity to elect a governor candidate with experience at the local level as a county commissioner who understands what we're dealing with at the home front, who has the experience in our most vulnerable populations like our senior citizens, as a cabinet secretary of aging and long-term services, truly understands what we need to provide for our seniors, and has the experience to ensure that we can deliver quality health care, quality services, quality interventions as the Department of Health Secretary. And most recently, the work that she's done in Congress is amazing. I don't know how she gets herself into all these different committees and gets herself onto different areas, but she makes it happen, and that's the governor that we have in front of us today.
has been supported so that every single community just is fending for itself, including, I know you are as troubled and heartbroken as I am that we had yet another horrific traffic accident, right, with loss of life. We deserve a governor and a lieutenant governor and every statewide elected official up and down the ballot who is very clear that every single New Mexican deserves the kind of investments that make us safe, that give us opportunity to prosper, that our children have those same opportunities in the future. And what's really mind-boggling about all that infrastructure is that not only does it save lives, it brings real jobs, right, and real businesses to these communities. That failure was an absolute purposeful withdrawal from making sure that every single one of us had an economic opportunity. Jobs was really available here. And Betty, you're going to be so mad because when we were in Artesia, and Jose, we talked to a non-profit provider. All right, they're doing 500 meals, all right, a week for senior citizens in that community without any support or help from the state. Oh, wow. Well, and it's great that they're doing that, but here's what's not so great. Right? They're not connected to any other service. They're not connected to getting health care or transportation. They're not connected to getting the kind of remodifications in their homes that allow them, right, to be safe and supported in their homes. It's all disconnected. It's all broken. From getting your license. Yes. Yes. Right? Right. From getting our IDs to making sure that our kids have access to a world-class education. So, right? So, I'm hoping that instead of, but I'll do it, spending another 30 minutes potential than any other state around us. And this whole notion that we keep talking about, but we're always left behind. You guys, are you ready for it? Instead of being the donut hole, I've heard this a lot. I love it. We're going to be the whole damn donut. That we could have been doing, including renewable energy. And what's really shameful about the situation we're in because of poor, ineffective leadership that was part of a national Republican agenda aimed at destroying public sector service. But it was a purposeful effort. And when you do that, you destroy any hope for an economic future that's promising for all of us. That's exactly why they did that. All right? And in the other states, including Colorado, the Colorado governor will say on the stump, New Mexico gave away its leadership and any number of areas from renewable energy to tourism and an outdoor economy. And I love saying right back to that governor, the Rockies started in New Mexico. We got it better, we got it bigger. We can do it, and we will do it. So here's what I need. I need workers. Yes. We have, okay, how many days is this? Is it 68 or 67? No, I don't like Bryan's County. Brian starts in the morning. He tells me it's 1 day less, and then in the afternoon, he tells me it's 1 day more, and I can't take it anymore. I can't do it. But here's what I know. It's under 7. Yeah, he does it every time. I can't do it anytime. It's like Groundhog Day. Every day I wake up, it's still the same number of days. And in one way, that's great. Because it gives us the time to get to every voter, right? We're in that place where 68, 67 days feels like that's an eternity and people really still quite aren't paying attention. All the political pundits wait till after Labor Day. Absolutely not, right? Absolutely not. It's not enough time. Think about every house, every voter, every family, every business. We've got to get to everyone. Every Democrat has to show up in this community. Yes. Every single one. And we have to talk to every other voter. Every voter matters in this general election. We're talking to plenty of Republican voters and independents and libertarians and declined to state, and they want a government that is efficient and effective because government does create the environment for growing an economy, right? It makes the ecosystem. And they want a government that isn't interested in just Santa Fe, Albuquerque, and Las Cruces. They want a government that decides that Las Lunas, Belen, that every single community in Valencia County is valid, is worthy, and when we get it right here, we're going to get it right, Hossie, in every single community all across the state. The only way to sustain the state is to be sure that what's going on in these local communities is making a difference. Right? Right. We have to have an economic plan that's specific right here that ties your families, your kids into a future. So because we all believe that, I need walkers, I need callers, I need you to talk to folks at church, at the grocery store, and at school, and at the gas station. I've seen you at the gas station. I always see Tim at the grocery store. We need to spread the word. If we can create this momentum, and we are, and we can hold it, we're going to win this election. Yes.
Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., located at 120 Don Diego in Los Lunas. It's on the corner of Don Diego and Main Street. So all you gotta do, it's open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Drive up, go in, meet Taylor Myers. Taylor Myers.
From the fire department.
And it's across the street from the fire department. By the way, Taylor Myers is part of the coordinated campaign for our next Congresswoman in CD2, Xochitl Torres. And I'm sure you've seen her commercial. She's just badass, guys. We gotta get her in there, okay? So every day, Monday through Sunday, 8 a.m. If you want to get on the Democratic Party of Valencia County's email, go to our website at vcdemocratsnm.com. That's vcdemocratsnm.com, and you can get on our email and be informed from this day forward all the way until forever ever, okay? Let's give it up one more time for all our awesome candidates. Guys, we have a fundraiser for Xochitl on September 14th at Paul Baca's home. He's right here. And we have one on the 18th for Brian at the Sheriff's Posse. With Nectar and Xochitl present.
There was somebody here.
Who else? The 23rd for Mary Jo at Boston Farms Community Center. Get on the email, vcdemocratsnm.com. You'll find out all about it. Thank you guys. Have a great day.